Freshy pots. Where the potties don't smell like poo.
Would it be worse to have your head as big as your arms or your normal head but baby arms?
Goodyear blimp was fire. I don't know how it stays so still. Tell me if you think this is funny. I gotta remember how it goes. There was this, crap. It was like this guy brought his work buddy or something, and like the guy got mad at them on the land, but they were out. Or no, this is it. They ask this guy if they can hunt on his land. He says, yes, but while you're out there, I got a cow that needs to be put down. So we...
This is literally the worst delivery I've ever heard in my life. You're botching it. I don't even know the joke, and you're botching it. Welcome back to the Sorta Brothers podcast. Blake, last week was golf. Mm-hmm. This week, we're back in the pod, back in the room, back in the studio. I don't know. The vibes are good. Sometimes I feel like, like if you play tennis and then you stop playing tennis for a while and you're like, or it doesn't, not just tennis. I'm saying tennis because it's relatable to me. Okay. But any sport, sometimes when you're like, oh, I might need to shake some rust off, sometimes you just go out there and perform. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think there's a few things like that. Like sometimes when you don't do something for a while, the first time back is the best.
I don't know why. Have you not had that?
Right?
Have you not had that like scenario happen to you?
I absolutely have.
Oh, are you agreeing sarcastically, or I don't know?
Definitely not sarcastic. Okay. But in a sports sense, yes. Sometimes it's like that. You get a new dose of beginner's luck.
Right. I guess. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. But no. Yeah. Feeling good. I see you're eating some candy here. It actually just sparked a little memory. So recently I've bought some candy online, which I've never done before. Not really the best like process, I would say, because it's been like 80 so degrees. Got them out of the mail, and these suckers were melted down.
Was it Amazon?
No, it was. So this was. I guess it was. This company's called Joyride, and I think it's from like an actual YouTuber. Anyway, long story short, I bought them because this guy's basically trying to create candy that is still tastes like candy, so it has some sugar in it, but it's supposed to be like 80% less. It's supposed to be not healthy for you, but better for you than a normal bag of candy.
Oh, is this what you had at the pickleball
Exactly,
courts?
Yeah. Okay. So you tried them. Were they pretty good? Like
they were good. They were kind of hot, so they were like super sticky.
Right. Yeah. That bag was real sticky. But anyway, so try not to make this story too long, but So there's all kinds of stuff in this. Like he puts like protein even in some of them, like fiber, different things like that. Anyway, I'm just like going about my week. These bags have like, I don't know, 20 grams of sugar, maybe like 15 probably, in a full bag of candy. Wow, and so it's like really easy to just like scarf down one bag and you don't feel bad. And it doesn't give you like, sometimes I feel like when people eat a bunch of candy right after, like if they eat like a full bag, kind of like maybe gives them a stomach ache, or maybe that's something mental. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't do that. So I'm going about my week. Sorry, this is a long story. I'm going about my week, dude. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, no, but I can't stop pooping, dude. I can't stop pooping. It wasn't like too much. It was solid poops. Like they were just solid.
Like solid as in like, man, that was a solid poop. Or like
no. It was like, dang, that was a solid poop. Like that was a nice poop. Like it was it was good.
Like nice. Like
not like solid too firm. Like it was a good poop.
Just like double tapered.
Yeah. Nice fade. But no, anyway.
You read a review. Yo, this candy gives me a nice fade.
Dude, so I can't figure out. It happens like 3 days ago, or it happens like 3 days after I ate this bag of candy. On the fourth day, I I got this like launch pack. So there was multiple like kinds of candy. I just down another full pack. Next day hits me. I'm like, what is going on?
Bro, maybe that's why they're healthy is because they laxative it and then it gets out of you.
Well, long story short, I figured out it was the gummies that I was eating. And I figured it out as I was eating one the other night. And I just continued to eat
Wait,
it. So
if you are having
something's coming. Something's coming.
If you are just having like nice solid poops, why was there like a flag raised?
Because it wasn't just one nice solid poop. It was like, I'm not joking. Well, maybe this might be regular for you because I don't know if we've talked about this on the pod, but
I knew this is why you brought this to me.
we've talked about this. This wasn't why I brought it up, but it was just, I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny that
So
it was the candy that I was eating.
Normal?
Dude, it was like, normally I'm like a 1, maybe 2 kind of a day for me. Like
1 to 2 poops?
Yeah. I
Like
was
always
going
at the same time or different?
It depends. One's always at like, well, sometimes it shifts, but normally one right after breakfast and one right after dinner. But I have to eat something. It's weird. It's like the second I eat something, my body reacts.
Well, yes.
But no, it was like 4 to 5, bro. But they weren't like, but they were still solid poops. It wasn't like anything like bad. I don't know. But what's your like normal? I feel like you're an outlier when it comes to this stuff.
I don't really want to show all my cards here, but I would say like it's not abnormal for me to crest 6. But here's the thing is I think that I have like some people have triggers in their life when it comes to, things that affect them emotionally. No.
Talking about like anxiety?
Could be. I have triggers in my life that affect my bowels.
Like what?
Let me hit you with a couple. Working out. So obviously waking up and coffee. That's a guarantee.
Okay, wait. Are you just naming like normal, like everyday natural laxatives?
No, I'll do that. Oftentimes, and this is where my number gets abnormally high, is that I'll make pre-workout, and when I start, but you're like,
That's your
pre-workout
problem.
makes me poop.
It does, dude.
No.
It has to.
I
make
don't
people
have
poop.
to have tasted it. If I make pre-workout and I
Okay.
go into the garage, when I go to the whiteboard and start writing a workout,
you always do.
When I go to the whiteboard and start, poop will not be on my mind at all. When I step up to that whiteboard and I think, what do I want to do? And then I start thinking, this is going to be challenging or this and this. I can't finish writing sometimes.
You do always run in and poop like halfway through writing it. Or you're like scribbling on, you're like, I'm going to go.
Dude, sometimes I don't even put the cap back on the marker. So I do that. I'll get through like the first workout or something. I'll finish my pre-workout. I'll have to go again. So
That's
there will
wild.
be sometimes out of maybe like 5 or 6, like 2 to 3 will be during my workout.
Well, no, and so that's what felt so abnormal to me was they weren't like solid poops throughout the day. It was like my normal at breakfast, and then it was like 4 around dinner, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
Also, Megan knows this. If we go shopping or something and I enter like a big box retail store, that's a guarantee.
Dude, you poop in there?
Like if she has me run in Kroger or Target or Barnes and Noble or Home Depot or
That's when
anywhere.
the bathrooms are so big.
Yeah, and they're the gross bathroom.
Yeah, that's when the bathrooms are so big. A whole like fight could be going on across the bathroom, and you can still have privacy because it's like you're 50 feet away because there's 80 stalls.
Yeah. Some places it's a little more intimate. Either way, I don't know what it is. It's got to be like something mentally that like triggers me because the same thing when I start thinking too hard about a workout or I get into a store and I don't know what I'm thinking about.
Well, sometimes I feel like if I just talk about poop a lot, it'll trigger.
I kind of feel that.
I actually don't right now. Like, honestly, I don't right now.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I feel like you might have.
Okay.
But no, yeah, there definitely is some triggers for sure. I don't know. I mean, it's probably the same, like, I don't know, some chemical reaction in your brain or something.
Dude, yeah, this is a good segue. We went down, I spent all last week at the PGA Championship in Louisville. and you went with us one day, and a lot of porta pots. Mm-hmm. A lot of porta pots all around. So I spent a full week using a porta pot. Thankfully, I don't know how, dude, because where we went for this golf tournament, we had all you can eat and all you can drink, and there was like taco style stuff, barbecue, salads, cookies, all these desserts. I ate so much barbecue that week, and I did not poop at that golf course one time the whole week.
What?
Dude, something about the porta pot, I could not do it. But I never even had to. I think I was walking too much. I was just like not thinking.
I hate pooping in porta potties. I haven't done it in like forever, but I
don't think
remember
would
doing
do
it.
I think I would have went into the woods before I.
Yeah,
Dude, the first day we got there, we pull up. This might get graphic. Megan's saying abort. We pull up.
Megan,
we're
this
like,
is what the viewers want.
It's just me, Megan, and Ev, and my parents.
No, I do not approve this story.
Sun is shining. We park at a church parking lot, and then they shuttle you on a bus. But they put porta pots in the church parking lot in case you had to go, which was nice. I didn't know at the time, but I went in a. There was just like a couple of really large porta pots, and I'm like, "This is sick!" Like a walk-in, and so
yeah, they're like handicap.
like great
Porta
down. Like,
potties.
I'm about to go into it. Go and pee before we hop on this bus. I go in, dude. Shut the door. Turn around. Just poop and blood everywhere, dude. And I didn't leave because I guess the other ones were taken. So I just put my whole shirt over my face
No way.
and peed. Dude, it was the grossest thing. I was like, did someone become handicapped in this stall or like lose a limb or something?
That's the nastiest story we do.
Dude.
Say all that, but
I don't know what it was, but we can cut that if we need to.
No.
But
no, that was rough.
it was disgusting. But yeah, it got me and my buddy talking too about a couple things. One of my buddies was saying like we walked in one's the last day and they were like saunas because it was like 86 degrees out, and we walked in these porta pots and they were so hot, and he was like, "Oh, that would be like an awesome like fantasy football punishment. Like you have to stay in a porta pot for 24 hours." And I was like, 24? I couldn't do that. That would be horrible.
That would be awful.
But I was like, dude, a better one would be, especially in that heat, you might literally would die. And especially if they were like used, if they delivered you a freshie, maybe.
Well, yeah, if it's a fresh, I was thinking
because if
fresh.
they don't deliver a fresh one, I'm not sitting down for 24 hours.
Well, yeah, no, that'd be awful. But I was going to say, unless it's a fresh handicap. I've never been in a fresh handicap. Well, it wasn't fresh. I've never been in a handicap porta pot ever, but I was in one in that parking lot. Dude, there was room to dance around in that thing.
Yeah, a little short, but
I mean, it wasn't very tall, but I was like, wait, this is a porta pot?
yeah, pretty sweet. So
You
yeah,
could-
maybe if it's one of those.
Maybe you like, what if your punishment was like, you're just in there when people, it's open, but when people open, you're just like, you hand them like mints.
You're just like sleeping in there. You're like, don't bother. Just do your thing. Act like I'm not here.
You're holding like a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah, you're just asleep in the corner facing the wall. Don't say anything. No, I think the better punishment would be if everyone else had to chip in and pay for a porta pot to be at your house, and you could only use that as the bathroom for a week.
That would still suck, but not nearly as bad because then you know it's fresh and you're the only one using it.
Okay, but this is also my question. Are they fresh?
Whoa.
Because I don't know if you could get the
Whoa,
things I
dude.
saw out of that porta pot.
Whoa. How do they?
How do they clean it? This was my question.
This was our conversation the other day. We're like, do they hose them down?
Dude,
Like,
how do they do that?
How do they
Never-
hose it down? Because also, like, do they lift it and the bottom comes off and then just the poop and everything?
No,
just,
no, hold on. I think I've seen it before. I think there's like a truck and they like pump it out into like a.
Okay, but
Can
I
of
will
syrup.
That's not
just
cleaning
say
the rest of it though.
hosing
No, but I think
it
that's how
out
they get
is
the
not
other stuff out.
not going to get the job done with what I saw. Also, is there anything that's like culturally unacceptable to throw in a porta pot?
I'm glad you brought this up because I was also going to bring
This is
this up.
very gross. Starting off.
We couldn't find a trash can. We just threw our coffee cups in there. They're basically just trash cans. What on earth can you poop and bleed in, but not throw trash in?
No, I'm glad you brought this up because weren't we having this at the PGA Tour? We were like, because we saw like, oh, we were having the conversation. Yeah, what can't you throw in? And we were naming crazy stuff, dude.
Dude, yeah. Is there anything?
There's honestly nothing that I can think of.
Maybe not like an animal.
The smell will be masked.
Dude, it wouldn't smell any worse. I like how like you can look down in the porta pot when you're going and you can see that they like tried because the water is blue, like it's sanitary, but then there's just mounds coming out of it.
So nasty.
Okay.
Like, you're not fooling
Maybe
anyone.
we talk about something else now.
Yo, what else?
So nasty, dude.
Yo, what else can we talk about? But yeah, I think that's maybe one of the wonders of the world. How do they clean those things? Maybe we should order a porta pot, get it delivered here, and see how clean a freshie really is. Hey,
We do a whole app in a handicap.
Shark Tank. Dude, this may be the most appropriate Shark Tank of all time. Freshie pots. We are one and done.
Everyone's fresh.
Biodegradables.
I got you.
They're way more expensive, but you're guaranteed a brand new unit. They're biodegradable. We have someone fly them and dump them in the ocean after.
Biodegradable.
I thought you were gonna say.
You're peeing on it and it's like disintegrating.
I thought you were
It's a
gonna say
one-day
buy
use.
'em.
You can get a triple ply freshie pot that'll last 3 days.
You can literally see the layers going through as you pee.
Someone's pooping and the top half of it fell off. You just see their head.
It's like you're just falling
thing's on its
through at
last
that
leg.
point. Someone's like squat. They have to like squat because it's like there's no.
Actually, it
seat
probably
left.
disintegrate from the bottom, so it would just get shorter and shorter until it was gone.
You're just crawling inside.
Yeah. I think people would pay a premium for freshie pots if they knew they were the first person to ever use it.
Or different idea, or
They're
same,
all just paper mache.
same idea, but you never change the location. There's once you choose the location, it has to stay there until it goes into the ground.
Yeah, it's just like super short and somebody's just ducked in there.
Somebody's like, okay, we can't use this. This is literally 3 feet tall, and they're like, we're not paying for another one until it's all used.
We do this business idea and then we dump thousands of freshie pots into the ocean, and then 10 years from now it comes out that our biodegradable formula was wrong.
It's like freshie pots have actually never been biodegradable, and fish now use them for villages.
It's like when the big BP oil spill happened and they were on blast. Decade from now, it's going to be us with freshie pots on the news. Freshie pots, do we like that?
No, you keep saying it.
FP. Freshie pots.
Fresh pots. Freshie pots for your pot. Or no,
Where the
that might,
potties don't smell like poo.
they still would though. Just because they're biodegradable doesn't
still
mean
won't
it
smell once you
disintegrates
poop in
the
them.
poop, dude.
Yeah, I guess.
Freshie pots have acid
Yeah,
in
that's
the
true. They pay a premium, and then as soon as someone has pooped in it, it's no longer a freshie pot. So maybe like big events wouldn't want these.
It's only we say they're one use. They're like, oh, one event, like single person.
We could pivot and we could just not own the pots, but we could do cleanings between each individual use. We could be the pot cleaners.
But what we do is
Pot stickers.
we create a washable like bomb, and we just chuck it in there after like.
I'm imagining like after everyone goes out, we just kick the door open, just hose the whole thing.
We're
out.
just like throw like a friggin' grenade that just like
Dude,
puts soap everywhere.
I would be very interested to see the person that did what I saw.
I don't want to try to imagine that,
Yeah,
but
it's not a little person.
No. Speaking of the PGA Tour, I think we didn't have this while we were there, but actually I was thinking it was the morning of, but Megan and I were talking. We were hanging out with Evelyn, and we were just on the topic of, I'm sure you've heard how like people will be like, wow, it's so crazy that babies, like they reach over their head like this and their head fills up their entire like
arms.
Yeah, their arms just barely fit over their head. And so then it got me thinking, one, what if adults,
what if your
like,
body grew
stayed-
proportionally that way?
right, but like, would it be worse? Here's my question to you. Would it be, let's see if I can say this question correctly. Would it be worse to have the arms of a baby as an adult or the arms of an adult as a baby? Because imagine Evelyn going like this and her head was this small in her arms. Like they were proportionate to me. Or imagine me like this.
You're not saying like a baby with giant arms, though. You're just saying the proportions? Or are you saying...
I'm saying proportionally.
So maybe you are saying a baby with giant arms.
No, like would you rather... No, if you were... Like, would you rather have... Like, which one do you think would be worse? Because like you can't be a baby.
I don't know. How much space do I have?
You have a lot of space. Like, imagine that's your... Or no. Better.
Wait, so are you
no,
saying would I
question.
rather like this
No.
in my head fill that?
Yeah, so better. I didn't say that originally, but better question. Yeah. Would you rather have would you rather have baby arms that you can barely fit over your normal size head or normal arms where your head's as big and it fills up your arms?
I don't know, because I feel like one, I wouldn't be able to reach anything, and the other, I would have a giant head.
Dude, if you have... Megan, Megan just returned. To catch you up,
All that poop talk
we were
got her
talking...
all hot and bothered.
We were talking about the conversation you and I were having like a couple of days ago where would it be worse to have your head as big as your arms or your normal head but baby arms? What do you think?
I don't know. You don't want to have a giant head.
Yeah, if you have that big of a head, is
I
it
think
like
having a giant head is worse.
like is your head like that heavy or can you like your normal neck support it?
Also, like a baby when
Or
they can't lift their
if
head
it's
up.
just inflated, maybe you could fly.
So you have no brain. Your
It's just hot air.
skull is hollow.
What?
Your skull is hollow?
Oh, your skull is hollow. I
Could
thought
be.
you said it's full of hollow.
I don't know. This is the hardest question I've ever been asked.
Wow. Well, it was also, like I said, I messed it up like I thought I would. So you've had some roadblocks, but
That's okay. I'll go big head.
cool.
Now what?
No, I think
Well, when you're Ev's size, it doesn't look that big.
no. We're talking as an
Yeah.
adult though.
I know, but she can't lift her. Her arms are the same size as her head.
Yes, that is
Hey.
correct.
Here's a thought-provoking thing I thought of this week.
Okay.
Speaking of big hollow things, you know what we saw last week?
What?
That you were like, whoa, I've never seen that.
What?
The Goodyear blimp.
That's right.
Goodyear blimp was fire. I don't know how it stays so still. We did talk about planes being still like that. I do think this one was actually
it
still.
was actually still.
Dude, I'm glad you said this. When I was being like, I was literally at the tour, like, holy cow, it looks like so crazy. It looks so still. I've never seen that. You didn't seem as like enthusiastic about it, but I'm glad you're here now. I'm glad
it was
we're
cool.
here now.
It led to a couple of things. Daniel, my buddy Daniel and I were standing there. We were just off to the side. I think I told you this, but we were just off to the side in off the fairway watching golfers go by, and there was this old man standing next to us. And he just gently whispers, as we look up and we see the Goodyear blimp, he just said, this wasn't Goodyear. Sorry, this was Dick's Sporting Goods. And he says, wow. Dick's has penetrated the airspace of Valhalla to no one. to no one.
Wait.
like, was-
Wait, the blimp was a Dick's blimp?
Yeah, it was a Dick's
Oh yeah,
blimp.
did you not see that?
What?
A dent.
No, I didn't see
That
that.
one was also there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Was
the
he
Goodyear one is way
Huge
more
dent
iconic.
in the air.
Isn't
Oh,
the
yeah.
Goodyear one way more iconic? Yeah.
Well, it was,
but-
and it was just like a banner, I think, that said Dick's Sporting Goods.
No,
Like,
no,
it
no,
was-
no. It was a Dick's
Oh,
blimp.
it was actually
It was
on
a
a blimp.
whole Dick's blimp?
Yeah, big Dick's blimp.
I thought it was a banner like draped over a normal blimp.
They're all just wraps
Wait,
on
yeah,
blimps.
what?
No, but like where you could tell it was a banner, like
You're
it
like,
wasn't.
oh,
a
that-
band
no,
blimp.
This was a
that
Dick-
blimp was white before.
This was a Dick's blimp.
But did he? So did he say it
Say
like?
it 3 times fast.
Dick's blimp, Dick's blimp. Dick's blimp.
Okay. Did he say it like where you like he was saying it in a way to be
No,
funny or like?
no, because
How old
no
was
one
this
laughed,
guy?
and also he was like in his 70s maybe or something.
Oh, yeah,
So
that
he
guy was
just
just
like,
serious.
but just like penetrated the airspace of Valhalla was just.
Yeah.
Why that
Curious.
choice of words though?
I don't know,
He's 70.
but I like that he said it.
He's 70. It's hollow up there.
But here's my thought-provoking thing, and I don't have an answer, but I also didn't look it up because I wanted to ask you guys. Where do they park blimps?
They deflate.
I always thought they deflated.
I don't think so.
I don't know how they work.
They might.
How can they not deflate?
But also, is it just then... Do they just let air out until they hit the ground?
I don't know how they work.
Because by the time it would hit the ground, that guy's got to crawl out of that cabin and get out from under all the tarp.
Aren't there like small propellers on the...
Yeah, I
There's
think-
a propeller
yeah,
on the
that's how
back
they
of it.
move.
So it couldn't totally... I mean, maybe there's like
No.
framing and then it deflates inside that?
I don't think they deflate in the air, but I think they deflate once they're on the ground, maybe.
Maybe.
But that's the other thing.
They're huge,
Is
though.
it truly? Yeah. Is it truly where the only place you can like sit in those things is on the small thing on the bottom?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you'd just be
It's like a
rolling
hot air
around in there.
balloon.
How sick would it be to just be in the balloon part though? You're
If
in
they
the
could make the balloon part
You're in-
zero gravity and you could just float around. In
yeah.
there.
Imagine you're in the
be
Dick's
sick.
blimp. Close your eyes right now. You're in the Dick's blimp above Valhalla.
We've already penetrated the airspace.
The airspace is penetrated. You're in zero gravity, and you're just high on life right now. What's the first thing that's coming out of your mouth when zero gravity hits?
I'm speechless.
You say speechless, or you don't, or you're speechless.
I say speechless.
What do we got, Megan? What
It
does it
says
look like?
they fill the balloon. They have, I guess, additional balloons, or they say balloonettes. I don't know what they are.
Those are girl
With
ones.
air, which increases the density of the blimp, making it negatively buoyant, so it slowly.
So there's
descends.
more balloons inside of a balloon. That's
It's just like a
message.
hot air balloon.
That's a message for life. There's always,
They're
there's-
basically just sky submarines.
well, there's not balloons inside of a submarine.
Think of more shape.
But that's a message for life, you know? You always got to look on the inside.
That's the
what
rule I
counts.
live by.
Yeah, the inside is what counts. Because if those balloons inside of the big balloon weren't there, it couldn't fly.
There's balloons inside the big balloon?
balloonettes. Is
Oh.
what they were.
Oh, yeah, the
called.
girl balloons inside of the
Oh, yeah.
girl balloons inside of the Dick's blimp. I don't. Anyway,
baby balloons.
yeah, I didn't see the
I'm
Dick's
glad we got
blimp.
to the bottom of that. I would love to see one parked somewhere sometime.
I'm sure they. I feel like they.
You ever been in a
deflate.
hot air balloon?
No, maybe that's why you never see them. Is just because there were just like your fresh pot idea or whatever. They're only one
Freshy
use.
pots.
Freshy pots. They're only one use. So every time the blimp comes down, they just burn it.
That's true. Probably just drop them in the ocean.
They're biodegradable. Just huge balloons in the ocean, dude.
Dude. This was so funny the other night. Megan and I were sitting there, and we just like came down here after Ev went to bed. We're building Legos and watching TV. Or no, we didn't have the TV on. She was like, we were both building like Guardians of the Galaxy sets. She was building like a spaceship, and I was building like a helmet or whatever. And she was like, we should listen to some music to like get in the theme of the
Yeah,
set.
like I was like, we should listen to like the soundtrack.
So she goes and puts on Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. Pull it up. Give us a little taste. She starts playing like, I think it was
I
like
don't know.
Gonna Get Your Love or something like that.
Come
You
and
know
get
that
your
song?
love.
Come and Get Your Love. I don't know.
That's on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she starts playing it. Should have given you a warning, so we had this up a little quicker. Should be in your recent on Apple
Yeah, it's
Music.
in my recent search.
Listening to this, I was like, what is this? I said, I don't think this is the song. She goes, no, this is Come and Get Your Love. We listened to almost a full minute of this before she looked at her phone. Megan, tell us what album this is off of.
This is off a very deceiving album that is Guardians of the Galaxy Sleeping Lullabies for Babies.
She sat there for a full minute and defended that this was just the like extended intro version or something of the song.
We listened to it and Blake said, what song is this? And I said, it says Come and Get Your Love. And then we listened to it for a little bit longer and Blake said, I think this is all instrumental. And so then I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's like
The movie, instrumental version or
one of the
something.
instrumental like soundtracks for the movie, and then it's just lullabies for babies.
Yeah.
What's funny is that I almost said out loud before we knew that this is about to put me to sleep, but I didn't. And then we found out it was that, and I was like, man, that music works.
That was really piano, like very slow version of it. And
yeah,
it's
it's just like a super bright piano the whole time.
Dun, dun,
Do you think
dun.
stuff like that with like music, and I guess you could apply this to a lot of things, but like the fact that those notes, without me even knowing what it is and whatever, just make me sleepy. Is that like natural and scientific, or is that because I've always grown up being told these are like calming sounds and that's why I associate it with that? Is it natural, or is it like learned from culture?
I don't know. That's a hard question, but I definitely think different instruments 100% make you feel different things. That's like music, like there's like instrument chemistry. I don't know what it's specifically called, but it's something along the lines of like these producers, depending on what kind of producer they actually are, that's like the reason why they like, oh, they need like this like monotone kind of like almost sad but still gives hope. So they're like, oh, bring in a clarinet or like some like they do it on purpose. Yeah. But I don't know if you're saying a whole thing of like, is all of that, is that whole world because everyone is just taught that that means this?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know about that. Because, I mean, I don't know that anyone's told you to feel a certain way when...
Well, it's like you
Music
grow
Well,
up
it's just like
watching a
everything that
movie.
rocked you to sleep as a baby sounded like that.
or
so
you
you're
grow
conditioned.
up, or you grow up watching a movie that has a clarinet when it's sad in the movie, and so
I know,
it's,
but that doesn't mean that that's going to make... When I first see that, it doesn't mean it's going to make me feel sad. But when kids hear music that's supposed to sound intense or sad or happy, like they feel it, they know it.
Yeah, so that would
Without me saying, this is happy music.
they don't know it. It's just they
They
learn
feel
what
the feeling.
because of the. Well, I think
When they watch The Lion King and the scary music comes on and the stampede happens.
that's just because it's a loud noise.
Okay.
All right, they're definitely not. Would you agree?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if I'm. I guess I am taking this
I think
side
it
of it.
elicits a response naturally, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think there is.
maybe.
I think there are natural responses, but at the same time, now that you say that, I feel like it definitely could be something with what he's saying because
I think it can go either way too, because you see like movies where they'll play those songs where things are going through, and the music can also be like creepy.
no, it
And
is.
so it's
no,
like-
there's no question that
It
isn't.
can elicit both responses, but we just associate it with this really positive, soothing response because that's what we've always known. But yeah, maybe there is something to like the brain chemistry of those notes in a certain way that it is natural. I don't know.
I think it is. I
So
think
much I don't
it might be a
know.
little bit of both, but at the same time, I feel like what you're saying though is still like yes, there's different things that align in our brain, I think, and make us feel different ways. But when we grow up, these producers they're using similar stuff. Like if it's like a scary scene in The Lion King, they're not gonna like bring in like calming chimes. Like you know what I mean? Like they never do because that's not. So I mean, I don't know. I guess there's definitely some natural tones to it because they wouldn't have picked it in the first place.
Yeah.
But,
well, and I think it can apply to like other things with like things you'd be like scared of. Like culturally, we're like scared of like spiders, but it's like if people were taught all growing up that spiders aren't bad and you don't need to be afraid of them, would still the same amount of people grow up and be afraid of spiders?
Yeah.
Or would they just think of them like ants and be like no big deal or whatever? You know what I mean? And just eat them in their cereal.
I mean, I guess that's a little different because there's not really like a natural reaction to a
different.
spider.
But like, I don't
a lot
know.
of people
But there's
are
definitely
afraid of
natural stuff too. Like being afraid of the dark or something, I feel like is more like just inherent. Do you know what I mean? Like just preferring light over dark and things like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, why are more people scared? I mean, spiders are scary. I am scared of them.
Right, but like imagine if you grew up and you were told that like dogs are going to bite you and that they're really dangerous and whatever, you would grow up being super afraid of dogs.
Well, yeah, but no
you
one
love
told me
dogs.
spiders are. I mean,
Yeah, but when you
but
saw a
every
spider, your
time
parents
ran
ran
up-
around and smacked it and get away, get away.
Yeah.
Growing up every time
but
there
no
was
one
a
was
spider
like,
in the
you
house,
should be
someone
scared
killed
of
it.
spiders.
Well,
If every time
you don't
saw,
have to do that.
If
That's
every
what he's
time
saying.
growing up
I
your
know
parents saw a
Susanna.
dog and they shot it, you'd be like, we should probably stay away from dogs.
Shot.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to shoot spiders. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's so much
Dude,
we
I don't know why
know.
this just made me think of this. I don't even know if this is going to be funny. Did you ever, when you were a kid, did you ever have like jokes in your repertoire where you had like a couple of jokes where like if anybody was ever like, tell me a joke, you'd like have one?
Never, dude. I always hated that.
Jesse, I know one of Jesse's.
I always hated when someone say, "Tell me a joke." No, I'm more of a
Well, I
on
know
the fly
I know
guy.
what today's Get to Know the Bros is.
I'm more of a back and forth. Let me throw something at you mid conversation. I'm not a knock guy.
Okay. I remember I had this one, if you'll allow it.
You may proceed.
Tell me if you think this is funny. I think my grandpa told it to me one time. So sometimes I would just be like, hey, do you guys want to hear this joke? Because I thought it was good. I bet I told this joke 100 times. It was like it was my material or something. I was like a comedian with one joke.
It's your signature.
I got to remember how it goes. It's going to be underwhelming. I would say something like, there was this crap.
Okay, you're on the spot now.
Remember the joke. It was like this guy brought his work buddy like hunting with him, and they hunted on this guy's land or something, and like the guy got mad at them on the land, but they were out. Or no, this is it. They ask this guy if they can hunt on his land. He says, yes, but while you're out there, I got a cow that needs to be put down. So while you go out there,
This is literally the worst delivery I've ever heard in my life. You're botching it. I don't even know the joke, and you're botching
He
it.
said, so while you go out there, will you shoot that cow too? The guy says, no problem, but don't tell my buddy because I want him to think that like we got in a fight or whatever. So he goes out and he goes, that guy won't let us hunt on his land. And they go over and he goes, I'll show him. And he shoots the guy's cow. And the buddy's like, whoa. And then the guy hears this loud bang and he goes, whoa, what? And he says, Yeah, I just shot his horse too.
That's awful, dude.
No. It's probably been 20 years since I told that joke.
Well,
I'm so confused.
It shows, and yes, I am
Who
also
shot
confused.
the horse?
Okay.
The friend, right? Am I wrong? I think it was the
The
friend.
other guy?
Two guys.
Yes, it was the friend. It just wasn't a funny joke. That's why we're confused.
No, it was. Two guys go hunting on a
Okay,
third
I
guy's
don't even-
property. The one guy shoots the cow, and the other guy thinks they're both actually mad at him.
So he shoots the
shoots the
horse.
guy's horse too, because he didn't know it was a joke. So now
That's
the guy
the
that allowed
joke.
them to hunt has a dead horse and a dead cow.
Right. So the other guy that was hunting.
He shot the
He
horse
shot the
because
horse.
he
Yeah.
thought, "Oh, we're mad at this guy."
You
Right.
understood the joke. It just wasn't funny. So you thought maybe I don't get
Yeah,
it.
I thought maybe.
Okay, so that was our joke of the week. Give me a rating.
Out of what?
I would tell this joke when a lot of people came over, like my parents' friends. I'd say, if you guys want, I can tell
Okay.
you a joke.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna
I
go.
said, if you guys want, I can show you guys all the tricks my dog knows.
Oh, yeah, that's what I
We're gonna go from 0 to 10. We're gonna do a 0 to 10 scale. We look at different things here at the Sorta Brothers podcast. Delivery is a big one. I will tell you.
Okay, I'm a little rusty. Dude.
Delivery is a big one.
Tell me a joke you learned 20 years ago.
Next is just overall,
Knock,
just
knock.
like how the joke went. Next is just
We're
overall
off the
how the
rails.
joke landed, if it landed at all. I'm gonna go with a solid 2.9. 2.9, and that's kind of generous. I'm not gonna lie.
Why? What was on? You laid out these categories and then you did not rate the joke based on those categories.
I was gonna say a solid 1.
I was saying that's what I'm looking at,
Babe, what
not
the-
going through each one. But she gave you a 1, so you should be thanking me because I gave you a 2.9. Also, a holy rookie score, no decimal. What the frick?
No decimals. It's straight 1.
I've had Megan tell some horrible jokes, almost like a British speech
You've heard
impediment.
me tell some horrible jokes.
Yeah, so giving me a 1 is
I love
ridiculous.
dad jokes.
That wasn't a dad joke. That was
I
just
know.
awful.
Justice is trying to talk, and I said, "All right, tell
Dad
me a
jokes
joke
are
that
funny.
you learned 20 years ago." And just in the distance, Megan says, "Knock, knock."
Knock, knock.
All right, what were we gonna
Who's
say?
there?
Cows go.
Cows go who? No, cows go moo.
That was Jesse's favorite joke. Also another one. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
I knew she was saying that.
Because we told each
I
other
literally
all
knew
the
she was
time.
saying
All
that.
your jokes about cows? I
Yeah.
just told a joke about cow, and I got a 1 and a 2.9.
You didn't even. what
How
was
many
funny?
jokes are
You didn't
actually
even let
about
me
cows? Are
finish
most knock knock jokes about cows? Because we're 3 for 3 right now.
What do you guys call a Mexican with a rubber toe?
A cow?
Roberto.
Roberto.
I was just trying to stay on brand.
A Mexican cow.
You didn't even let me finish
How does a
interrupting
Mexican-
cow joke.
How does a Mexican cow sound?
What did you say?
How does
no,
a
this
Mexican
is-
cow sound?
Moo.
This is not.
A moo.
This is not. No.
Do you think they teach the same animal sounds in different cultures?
There are different ones. Yeah.
Different
Whoa.
animal sounds?
What is that like? Like
Like, one time I was reading about it. Like dogs,
just
it's
like,
like there are certain ones that are like a lot of them. Some of them
What
are
does
the
a chicken
same.
say?
have you seen that? Have you seen that? Oh gosh, I forget their names. It's that red-haired guy and the red-haired comedian and the Asian
Asian
comedian.
Santino, Andrew Santino.
It doesn't. Yeah,
And
I think
Bobby
so.
Lee.
Yeah. And he's like,
They're like
what
tiger-
does the dog say? And he's like, "Hey, bark, bark." Because they're talking about how dogs can, he was saying like, dogs in other countries speak that country's language, and he's like, no, that's not true. And he's like, they don't all speak English. Like if they're in Mexico, they're speaking Spanish. And he's like, how does that sound? He's like, hey, bark, bark.
No, that's like police canines will speak like German and stuff.
Yeah.
So that
if
like
you
other
teach them
people
that.
can't like tell their dog
right.
what to do.
Right.
I think I have one of my dogs. I don't think he speaks any languages, which is unfortunate.
Which
He's
one?
probably just confused all the time. Biting me and jumping because he can't understand. But he's sweet.
Yeah, that's what we keep telling ourselves.
He is sweet, but a crazy boy.
Are you looking something specific up about the names?
I was just looking at different animal sounds, but I'm gonna butcher all of them.
Please try.
But it's like in English, a dog says "woof," but in German it says "wow wow," or in
That's
Do
not.
dogs speak?
in Italian it's
Different
"bow
language?
bow."
Bow bow.
But that's
That's
like.
just what people say, though.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
Dogs
it's
still
what you
make
say.
the
You say,
same
"What sound does a
noise,
dog
right?
make to your kid?" And they
We
would
have
say
a
"bow
book
bow."
that has animal noises for Evelyn, and it's like you can click a button and it'll tell you, and it's got very
The weirdest animals.
very obscure animals on it. It's like, what sound does a deer make?
Meh.
That was actually pretty close.
No,
Thank
you
you.
didn't know that.
Thank
You
you.
just made a noise.
No, that's a deer, bro.
No, it's not.
What
deer,
about a
bro.
walrus?
When you're hunting, is everyone when like if you're hunting a deer and it's like and people they go meh to get them to stop because that's like they don't want to spook it, but they still want it to stop so they can shoot it.
Meh.
She.
Meh, it's a deer.
What'd you ask? A walrus?
A walrus.
Isn't like it's like real like deep.
It's very guttural.
Yeah.
Justice has read this book. It's got like a
also-
fox on there, which I thought the whole thing was that like
Yeah, there was a
foxes don't
song.
make.
They're like like there's really
It's
high
like a
pitch, right?
porcupine.
A porcupine? I have no clue what a porcupine.
It doesn't have a
A
porcupine.
porcupine.
It doesn't have a porcupine.
A porcupine.
It does have a
porcupine.
prairie dog,
I don't know what they
which
mean
just sounds like a mouse. The mouse is right next to it. They sound very similar. Also, a spider.
It's like they
But
just
it's
put
just
the
like-
they just put the Minecraft sound. It's like
That's basically what it is.
There was something one time on like Family Feud where it was like a finish this, like words that go with this thing or something like that. Because I think it was Steve Harvey, and there was like this family on there, and the word was pork, and the lady to finish like it said cupine.
Yep.
But it wasn't right. Hey, tell me a joke.
dude, I don't have any jokes. That's what I was saying. Like, I was never the guy to like have a knock joke in my back pocket. Like,
Were you into the like? What were they even called? Like the joke. Like the jokes that weren't really jokes. It was when we were in high school.
I don't know what they're
I don't
called.
remember what they were called.
Those to me were funnier or more funny than the
What are you
like
talking about?
a normal knock joke. The ones where
When it's like what looks like red paint but smells like blue paint.
Red paint.
Yeah.
yeah, those were more funny to me than like
Oh,
a
that's
normal
probably something wrong with you.
knock joke. There were some messed up
There were
ones.
some
Of
messed
those.
up ones.
There were some messed up ones.
Oh, I don't know.
I forget what they
feel
were
like I
called.
didn't
What is
hear
that called?
much about those. Do you guys have anything else before we get into GTK?
No, let's do it. Let's
Okay.
do it.
So this question is in regards to Evelyn's been jumping around doing different things. Evelyn does not have kneecaps because she's a baby.
Right.
So my question to you is, if you had to get rid of one of your body parts, which one would it be?
Trying to be strategic here.
Please do.
Like, could I just like drop a toe?
I guess we'll lump it. Like
Like, is it a whole foot?
it would have to be like a foot.
Okay.
Yeah. Have to be like a hand.
But could you get rid of a kneecap? What's a body part, I guess, is my question.
Yeah, I'm not really thinking like internal, I guess, in terms of like I would just get rid of like my appendix or something, but I'm thinking like external. I know this was based on a kneecap.
Yeah, why'd you bring up the kneecaps?
Just what sparked the question.
Okay, I got you. If everything's together, then I guess I would lose maybe foot.
Both feet?
No, just one.
No, we'll make it both.
What? Then it's literally just both legs or both arms or your head or like what?
No, it's like, a leg, or both feet, or both hands, or
What? Okay, both feet then. I'll just get bionic feet or something. I don't know.
have those.
Probably if you have money. I don't know. Do you have like a good answer to this?
I think I would go ears.
Dude, I almost said ears, but not both. You just will never hear?
No, you'd still have like holes in the side of your head. You just wouldn't have ears.
Oh, well then, yeah,
like,
definitely.
faster.
That's the best. Yeah, no, like
No-
wind
No
resistance.
drag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good answer. I thought maybe chop one of my ears off, but I was like, I can't. I
It'd
love
have to be both.
I love music so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you still can hear and everything, you wouldn't be able to hear as well though, because there wouldn't be that like cup
I
around
would just
you
do this. I would like tape some cups.
everywhere you go.
It's crazy how much this changes what you hear. Like if I do this right now,
I
this
know,
sounds
it's crazy.
weird. Like you don't realize how much like I guess sound is going behind me or something. I don't know. This is crazy.
It's not sound going.
We
well,
can't
yeah,
afford
it's-
headphones on the podcast, so we just do the whole thing like that.
But no, yeah, it is sound waves. Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you're just the best.
Any honorable answers there, Megan, with body parts you would eliminate?
I don't know.
All right. Well, I
Cool.
think that's a wrap.
Yeah. Episode what?
Cool.
This is technically episode 22?
122 if we count the golf episode.
22.
Yeah.
We're in
Like
the top
and-
1%,
Like
baby.
and subscribe. Tell us if you like the golf content, if we should do more of it. We bought mics and shot trace software, so we got to use it.
Well, we already had one mic, but yes.
Say we bought Mike. All right.
No, Mike is not enslaved. Our mascot Mike is not. We did not buy Mike.
We bought him
We
and set him
created
free.
Subscribe to set Mike free.
Yeah, or we will kill him.